Greetings and beyond the new, and welcome back to this episode of Good Job Adventures. Last time around, the party made their way to the brazen gates of Burj Al Bark after a brief conversation with the Myrmidon guard stationed in front of the door. Wool and Wroth were able to cleverly deceive the elementals into a trap, but from there they did battle with a ferocious sword-wielding gargoyle who had a penchant for saying the word no. Additionally, Arthos was forcibly split from the party via the large trapdoor I had constructed. I knew at some point that it would be of use, but no one believed me, and from there, Arthos found himself being imprisoned in the bowels of the mountain while the rest of the party made their way up to Balthazar's bathhouse.
Alright, so hello everyone, welcome back to this episode of Good Job Adventures. We're just gonna kind of start back up again. When we last left off, the party had been forcibly split by a giant trapdoor. We're now gonna start with Arthos, who had just broken himself out of his imprisonment within the underbelly of Burj Al Bark. He and his arthropoid companion, Taktha, they have walked out of the door. They saw a sign that pointed to the left saying generator room, which is that down the hallway. As you walk down, you notice that the corridor, it's relatively thin, 10-foot high ceiling. You notice that along the ceiling there's like these strange glowing bulbs, or that glow a dim like yellowish light. And you notice that like each bulb is like a little like almost like a string connecting them. Is sort of strange apparatus you've never seen before. Additionally, as you're walking down, you see a sign. It just says warning, and there's a silhouette of a large bug monster.
Can I compare it to the guy walking with me?
Alright, so just at a very cursory glance, the silhouette of the bug is wildly different from Taktha, because while Taktha is more or less a bug man, the bug monster in the little sign has 6 legs and has 2 large mandibles.
A distant cousin of yours?
Taktha looks deeply confused.
Why do you assume that we are related?
Well, ye be both bug creatures.
No, I have not seen that type of creature before.
Aye. And this warning is like beyond the alert for this, or is there like words with this warning, or just a picture?
Yeah. It's written in common, just caution on kegs abound.
Okay, I will keep an eye out for any giant bug monsters in the generator room.
This little band of merry individuals make their way down the corridor. Not a whole lot happens.
Aye, Taktha, so where ye be from?
I am from the desert that surrounds this mountain.
What do ye do for a living?
What do you mean in terms of a profession?
Aye.
I have no such thing. All we 3 green do is try to survive.
Ye didn't do the best at that, finding yourself down here.
Well, I am not dead.
Aye, but you're in no favorable location to survive.
Point taken. The only reason why I wound up in the cage was because I had wandered a bit too close to the gate, and the trap was sprung.
Aye.
Arthos and Taktha make their way down the corridor. After, again, like 20 or so minutes, they stumble upon a double pair of large metal doors with, like, little wheels on the front to, like, presumably to turn and open the door. Above the door, there's a sign that says generator.
Aye, I think we have arrived at our destination. So to open the door, it's like, the way you're describing it, you turn the wheel?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be like a hatch door?
It might be called a dog.
I'm not sure.
I'm Googling it now. Maybe
What?
a dog. It might be a dog door.
I will open the dog door.
Oh my god, he said it.
We're now gonna call this a dog door, I guess.
I couldn't not.
Arthos pulls the wheel on the dog door. He hears like a lot of like metal clanging as the gear, the wheel shifts into place. You hear like a sound of air like whistling out of the room. You open it, you see that there's a small, almost like, I might be using the word wrong, but kind of like a little antechamber where there's like a small, mostly vacant room to the right. Basically like an equipment rental desk that with a sign above that says equipment dispersal. At the counter there is an individual wearing like an all gray like bodysuit with like goggles and like a gas mask on.
Of that.
As you open the door, the individual in the bodysuit just kind of approaches like,
I haven't.
Oh, yes, hello there. Come in, please. Close the door.
I will walk in and close the door behind me. Once Talk goes through.
alright, so you both walk in, the individual close the door.
Thank you. It's very important that we keep this room pressurized. Also, I take it that you're here to rent equipment. Is that correct?
That be the case. What is there to rent?
All right. So here's the thing. I take it that you two are sort of newish here, so you're unfamiliar with the dangers that one can face when you're inside the generator room, and that is fine. The thing you must keep in mind is that the room is filled with a dense miasma of steam and poisonous volcanic gases, so you're gonna need a bodysuit and also a gas mask.
Aye, dangerous to the touch and the breath.
That is more so the breath, but yes. It would be ill-advised for you to go in without the proper equipment.
I will take a mask just to be safe.
And then 95.
What? Oh yeah. I'll take a N95. That should be sufficient, correct?
I'm looking at a fucking M95.
It's the one for coronavirus.
know?
It's the one for coronavirus, Harris.
Oh, those. Okay.
Harris,
I knew
that,
that
joke could not have been more topical.
I know.
Unless it was topical.
No, I thought it was like an actual gas mask. I thought like little.
Breath
purple
Weaver
ones.
doesn't
Either way.
believe in the noxious fumes, dude. He's not gonna wear that mask. He doesn't need it.
Alright, let's continue.
So the individual is gonna kind of walk in from behind the desk, kind of like make his way over to both Arthos and Talk. And basically, the guy just starts measuring you, and as he does, he tries to spark up a conversation.
So what is a strapping individual like you doing here for work? Are you, like, if you don't mind me asking?
My last job did not end so well, and this was the next place that gave the opportunity to join.
Well, I'm kind of curious what sort of career path you've taken from going to wherever to working in this large, very dangerous generator. Now, what position are you going to actually work here? Do you not know?
Maintenance.
Or what? Right. I do remember hearing word of a new maintenance guy coming in the next few days. Like, I guess you're him, and you're here early.
I wanted to start earning me money quick. I have a couple debts I need to pay.
I can respect and appreciate the gumption.
On that note, the individual is done measuring Arthos. He also measures Taktha, but makes literally no effort to make small talk. Because
No.
the guy notices that Taktha isn't fucking talking. So he's like, all right, there's no
Arthos
need.
really, burned Top Thought out on conversation.
I did. Taktha.
Aye.
Taktha probably doesn't know what to say.
Also, yes, but either way, a few more minutes goes by. The guy goes into the back room, and he presents both of you with your body, like your whole fucking bodysuit, gas mask thing. He's like,
Alright, yes, no, be sure to properly place secure the equipment so that you don't die, because that would be most unfortunate.
Very well. I will. I thought you said it was only toxic to breathe.
Yeah, but it's bad if you get down your skin.
Fair. I will put on the suit and gas mask.
Arthos and Taktha are smart enough to figure out how to put on the fucking bodysuit. The one for Taktha looks a bit janky, just because the bodysuits were not designed to fit like bug people, but it works well enough. On that note, the guy behind the desk, he introduces himself as Bakar, opens up the back door, which leads to like kind of like a long corridor, and he ushers you two in. And as you begin to walk down, Bakar will kind of give you a rundown of just like the ins and outs of how the generator works. And on that note, we're gonna cut up to everyone else who's semi-topside.
Kept you
So-
waiting, huh?
So, everyone else, at this point, the elevator that you're taken up to the bathhouse, it just parked, door opened, you see large, gaudy door. Above it, there's a sign that says Balthazar's Onsen, and on the door in the middle, there's an emblem of a dragon in profile.
Oh man, that elevator music was terrible.
I have to agree.
Thank God we don't have to listen to it.
I'm really envious of anyone who didn't have to listen to that with us.
It was like fusion, jazz, Kenny G a little bit.
I'm just ready to cool
Yeah.
off.
I was getting more
It's a-
Louis Armstrong vibes.
It's a bathhouse. It's probably gonna be steamy and full of hot water, right?
And from the looks of it, it looks like there's gonna be Balthazar's. I'm gonna see if I can like roll a history check on that. Like, is this like a prominent name or?
Roll me, history.
I rolled an 11.
With that 11, Balthazar's is not a, franchise of bathhouses, if that's what you were looking
Yeah,
for.
I was trying to determine that.
Gotcha.
It's Outbath Steakhouse.
Alright, Wroth, one thing you notice about the emblem of the dragon in profile, you notice that based off of the, prominent underbite, nasal horn, and kind of like large ears, you notice that the particular dragon on the emblem is that of a blue dragon.
Well, I'm not sure who this Balthazar fellow is, but he's definitely a blue dragon.
I'm going to change my shape to be a blue dragonborn. A beautiful blue dragonborn
With a massive underbite.
with a massive penis.
Well, we sure won't be seeing that inside of the bathhouse. All right. Should we head on in, or is there like any sort of like ticket booth or like an entrance to this, or is
Open
it
the
just like a
door.
big door? Oh,
I kick it open.
There are just doors, and you said you can
I'm
just
gonna
open the
kick
doors,
it
correct?
open. I'm
What?
gonna kind of kick it open, but not super hard.
All right, with the light kick of the large dark wood doors just sling open, and you come across a delightful scene. You see a long serpentine creature with predominantly baby blue scales yelling at two people, a kobold and an earth genasi, who are floating 10 feet above the ground in two different bubbles. The serpentine creature is basically chewing the two out for getting into a fist fight, and to not fucking do that in my goddamn onsen.
I make sure the blue, like my color blue, matches this dragon's blue.
Alright, you do that.
and when you say serpentine creature, is it like an actual like snake, or is it?
Think of it like East Asian dragon, where it's like a very long serpentine, like snake-like body, but there's also like limbs too. Other things of note about this creature's appearance, kind of running along its back, there's a long fin with pink webbing, and you can tell that under its arms, they're kind of like clearly these wings fucking fold out of its arms. But after the two individuals are chewed out, the bubbles are popped, the kobold and genasi just scurry out, and they notice the party and look just shocked, like, oh god, new people. What does the party do?
Where is the sauna?
Well, here's the thing. The sauna is in the back, and as the creature points its claw back, you notice that against the back wall, there's a dark wooden door with, you know, like the Japanese symbol for like an onsen, with like the circle with the like wavy lines. There's that, but gold. Other things you can immediately notice about this room is that it's fairly large and spacious. Over to the right, there's a bar. Over to the left, there's almost like a hookah den, and along the back wall next to the onsen, there's also a massage parlor. So, those are things that you behold. The serpentine creature kind of like points Owl in the direction of the bathhouse, but the creature begins to talk. So, just as a heads up, with the bathwater, it's not your typical everyday bathwater. It is magical in that.
Oh, it's Gamer Girl bathwater?
No, it is not Gamer Girl bathwater. See, here's the thing. You're not the only person to think that. Some guy tried bottling it. I don't know why. It was weird. He also wanted pictures of my feet. I don't understand.
So what's so special about it?
Basically, when you use the bathwater, you more or less feel like you've had a full night's sleep. In pure mechanical terms, if you use the bathhouse, you get the effects of a long rest.
How much of this bathwater do we need to drink to get that soothing benefit?
You don't drink it, that's the thing. You just bathe in it, spend like 10 minutes to an hour, and you feel refreshed.
Sign me up.
Here's the thing to keep in mind. You can only get the magical effects of the water once a day. don't go apeshit with it.
Well, thank you very much for the explanation. And is that hookah bar over there open right now?
Well, it is now, because I assume you saw those two ruffians who I just gave the boot. The reason why they got into a bit of a fist fight, they went to the hookah bar. They asked specifically for Lofafora juice, which anyone who wants to roll me a nature check to figure out what the fuck Lofafora juice is before I continue.
It's a 17.
Alright, Eligos and Awul, you realize that Lofafora juice is a juice produced by certain species of cacti that is an incredibly potent hallucinogen.
Is it the quenchiest?
It is in fact the quenchiest. The thing is, Eligos, you in particular know, apparently the hallucinogenics of this cactus are so fucking potent that people can basically seal almost either other lives or past lives. The hallucinations are that vivid.
Damn.
And with that, the serpentine creature continues talking. So, they wanted Lofafora juice. I provided. They specifically asked for the Quenchy special. However, they got into a bit of a tussle on who would want to use the hookah first. I kicked them out. So at this point, the hookah's loaded and ready to go. Since no one else is really here, as the creature waves its hands around, seeing that this front lounge area and bar is fucking vacant, save for one minotaur at the bar. If you want to, that's fine. That's no sweat off my brow, because I'd rather not waste it.
Yeah, well, I think it could be a good bonding experience. What do you guys think? Hallucinogenic cactus juice.
There's a minotaur at the bar?
There is a minotaur at the bar.
How far is the minotaur at the bar?
All right.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna walk over to the bar. Want to get something to drink.
I'm gonna do the same.
Alright, so
I'll walk over with him.
I'll go
so
hookah after.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Okay, so
I'll get a
as-
drink.
So as the party makes their way over to the bar, the large serpentine creature, I'm not sure if I mentioned its size before, but the serpentine creature, it's just 20, 25 feet long. You notice that as you all make your way over, the serpentine creature falls over instead and positions itself behind the bar. As the party walks over, okay, so people with a passive perception of a 15 or higher, as you get within maybe within 15, 20 feet of the bar, you realize that, oh, this bar has some high quality fucking liquor, high quality liquor, high quality rum, high quality wine, high quality beer. This is the top of the top shelf shit. As such, the serpentine creature positions itself at the bar. As you get closer, you see that the minotaur is drinking rather hefty stout. What does the party wish to do?
I'll take a long serpent.
My name is Balthazar, so we can start on that. But yes.
Thank you, Balthazar. I will take a glass of your finest bathwater, please.
And I guess I'll have some of the whatever this minotaur's drinking over here at the bar.
Alright, so
I'll have something that I'll have the same thing the Minotaur's having.
alright, so Eligos, are you gonna drink or no?
No, not right now.
Okay. Balthazar begins to dispense the drinks. As she goes to get the beer, the party notices that under the bar there's a large keg labeled Onyx Brew Quality Stouts. As such, the Balthazar places large, beer glasses, mugs. I don't know the proper
Steiner.
term. Big Steiners. Either way, big fucking Steiners under the Onyx Brew barrel. Hands out the respective alcoholic drinks to the party.
Can
What's up?
I check to see if Eligos recognizes the name Onyx Brew? What would I roll for that?
History.
History. Okay. That's a 12.
From the various bars you've frequented, Onyx Brew is a fairly common but high quality line of beer. It's a high quality but somewhat common brewer. Yeah.
I whispered to Jander, don't get any Onyx Brew. I heard they use child goblin labor to brew all their beer.
Well, I think I already got one though.
So the dead children are on your hands too now.
This is all sounding very familiar for some reason.
Dead
My
children?
God. Alright, so
Are we sure that this is the place we're supposed to be? Aren't we supposed to be hunting down, robots?
Well, nothing wrong with the quick break. I mean, we had a decent hard time getting here.
It's important to understand how this whole facility works if we want to be able to dismantle
Wasn't there
it.
somebody
Or at
else
least
with
the
us?
robots. No, just us, I think.
Well, I
So,
mean, there was
question,
Arthos.
is when you guys are having this conversation, are you making any effort to be subtle about this or no?
I assume that we're talking amongst
Yes,
ourselves and
there was
not
a
at
whisper,
Balthazar. But
Alright. For the most part, Balthazar isn't paying too much attention, but when she hears breaking shit, her ears kind of perk up.
She
And
have
she kind of
ears?
mows. Oh, they're tiny, but she does have them. She moses on over to the party and just kind of so what you talking about?
We're talking about breaking down the emotional barriers between us four. You see, we got some shit happened between the four of us, and we're just kind of trying to work through it. We're hoping that maybe we can just relax here, and maybe that hallucinogenic will help us get the bond a little bit closer.
Now, is Owl trying to lie here, or?
Yes.
I mean,
I wanted to make sure, because it's the kind of thing it's a convincing enough to lie to we can just wholesale sell it as the truth. As such, roll me
With
deception.
advantage, since it's such a good lie.
you even confused the DM.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Exactly.
So I'm giving myself advantage. Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back, my
A
dude.
21 is the highest.
Well, on her insight check, Balthazar rolled a nat 20, therefore a 24. So, as you weave your tale of emotional bonding and friendship, she just gives you a look of I know what you're fucking talking about. She's like, you don't have
fuckers.
here's the thing, you don't have to mince words with me. You don't have to fucking lie. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm guessing you're here because the robots that the construct lab sent out fucked shit up. Is that right? And you're probably mad?
What? No, I just want to do drugs.
I am also
Okay.
here for drugs.
Alright.
Eligos is going to take a more direct approach. We were sent here due to some grievances against the constructs, yes.
Gotcha. I mean, here's the thing. My wonderful little onsen is kind of a separate entity from the rest of the magical sciencey hoo-ha here. Because, to be quite frank, I was here first, and then Karaba just kind of kicked out the dragon who ruled this mountain before him, and then I just stuck my foot in the ground and said, I'm not fucking moving. So, I don't really care. If y'all want to openly talk about fucking up shit, I'm not too concerned. Just don't, as long as you don't spill blood here, you don't fuck up my shit, go nuts.
Yeah, isn't Karaba that guy we were supposed to kill?
I mean, Karaba is the person who owns this place, yes. Now, as far as do you want to do you have beef with Karaba specifically? Do you want to just give the folks over at Construct, whatever, stern talk to? What's the plan?
I think you underestimate what our idea of a stern talking to entails.
Oh, no, I very well understand.
You estimate it?
I estimate that your stern talking to will just be it may or may not devolve into some sort of kerfuffle.
Let me
Is
put
that-
it
is-
this way. After today, your little onsen may be the only tenant of this establishment.
Ah, so you're on the warpath. Okay.
Does
We
cutting
are.
out a tongue count as a warpath? Because that's what I want to do to that guy. Maybe eat it after. Yum, yum, yum.
I'm going.
What the fuck? Actually, out of character. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah, what the
about?
What? I want to cut
I'm
out the
also
guy's tongue.
confused.
That's our wolf's thing.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I forgot he eats people.
That's not Nowell. The eating thing was a lie.
All right, so it looks like we got our drinks. Anyone want to go smoke the halluci juice?
I think I'll pass on that.
Well, now before you kiddos go, Balthazar points at Eligos. You would ask how to get up to see Karaba, right?
Yes.
All right. So here's the thing. Karaba's a little paranoid, so very few people can actually go up and talk to him. So each of the department heads of each of the people in charge of each of the different labs more or less have a little magical doodad. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like a keystone that they use to basically tell the elevator, hey, go the fuck to the top. So as far as who'd have the easiest time getting the little keystone from, I'm not gonna tell you, cause like, that'd be a little too easy.
All right, we're done with this person. Let's leave. Just holding us up.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you wouldn't just tell us.
I can't just sit here and give you all the answers.
All right then. I'm gonna go give myself another answer. Does anyone want to smoke it or am I just gonna be the only one?
I'll do it.
I love how Vin is just like, I must smoke the cactus juice.
My character likes smoking. What am I gonna say?
I must.
What is the player?
I must pretend to smoke fantasy juice.
Must smoke fantasy juice.
I want to make sure I go in the bathwater and get the benefit too.
Yeah, as well. We'll just take a quick dip, and then I will take a dip
I'm taking it.
quickly.
What is the party's like order of
Dip.
operations?
Quick dip smoke.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is while you all take your quick dip, we're gonna jump over to Arthos. Arthos, at this point, Bakar has finished giving you the rundown. You're at the end of the corridor. You come up to another set of the same sort of like pressurization doors with the wheel on the front. Bakar points to the door and says,
Yes, so you understand the general layout of the place, Mr. Newfangled Maintenance Man. So you'll be able to find your mop and broom in there, or mop and bucket in there, and have at it.
as Bakar opens the door and then just kind of like makes his way back to his desk.
Well, before he makes his way back to the desk, one last question before you go.
Sure, what's up?
What is an on-keg?
Oh, onkegs. They're rather annoying, big annoying bugs that like to burrow around, and for some reason, the folks upstairs really like that they sometimes patrol the corridors. As is, many of the actual rooms are set up to where onkegs likely won't like bust in, but seeing as how you have your sword, I assume that's a contingency in case one somehow busts through. Is that correct?
That be the case.
Gotcha. Alright. So yeah, they're big, they burrow. I think some shoot acid, some might shoot fire, I'm not entirely sure. I was just told to stay away.
Side note, Harris, when I said maintenance, I meant like generator repair.
Oh, fuck, I meant a jet.
No.
Okay. My bad.
I was really confused.
It's not your bad. He said maintenance. That could mean anything.
Well,
Yeah.
we were going into the generator room to do work. I figured maintenance meant maintenance of the generator. Like, I thought that was implied.
It wasn't. Continue.
Sweep the floors.
Sweep the floors. Alright. So, Arthos, you open the door. You and Takthon make your way to the generator room. You see a large room that's 60 feet wide, about 100 feet long. Towards the back, there's a large metal, like, almost box-like device. Pipes come out of the left and right walls that connect to this large box. At the top of the said box, you see what can best be described as kind of like a metallic tree, wherein there's a metal cylinder, then from the top of it juts, like, almost branch up into the upper rock where it can presumably go into small little tubes. You can also see that between the branches, sparks of electricity fly. There aren't that many people within the generator room. Just a couple like folks who are just to make sure that like water pressure's good, gas levels aren't dangerously high, etc. On the walk over, you were given the rough breakdown that basically on the left there's the intake pipe, and on the right there's the outtake pipe. Outtake pipe. Intake pipe sucks up water from an underground reservoir, pumps it into the generator, that generates electricity, then that water is then forced down into the back into the reservoir. Alright, so you see a couple staffers. You can't really tell what race they are just because of the nature of the like body suits. The most you can tell is that someone is like possibly a shorter race or possibly tall. That's it, just because like the body suits make no effort to like distinguish any sort of physiological feature. So what do you do?
So am I now officially a janitor?
Yes.
I turn to Takthon and say, Takthon, I guess it's time to earn our pay. And
This sounds like a reasonable idea.
Other things to note about the generator itself is that the generator itself is 30 feet high. The metal tree that all the wires jut out from, that is like 15 feet high. Then the wires kind of just go upward. The water, like when it's being pumped out from the underground reservoir, it is filtered. So the water in the intake pump room, that's purified. The water in the outtake pump room, that's likely kind of dirty just from like going through the generator. Little bits of gunk and oil and whatever in there. They are separate rooms because how they're set up is from where you are. Because I assume at this point you're basically like standing in front of the door, correct?
We just came in, yeah.
From where you're standing, on the left wall, like roughly 30 feet away from you, there's a door that just says like intake.
I will start by taking out the mop and bucket and I guess heading into the intake room to take a closer look.
All right, so you do that. You do a leisurely mopping stroll. I assume you just make your way over to the door, correct? Oh, okay. So you walk
just
in.
mopping my path as I walk.
All right, so when you walk in, it's a fairly tiny room. There's a small L-shaped catwalk. Below that, there's a pool of water. Presumably, that's the freshly filtered water from the reservoir. From where you are, if you take a right, walk to the wall, then take a left, you get to the end of the catwalk. At the end of the catwalk, there's a lever. From where you're standing, you can kind of tell that like where you're standing, catwalk can kind of extend outward, and across from where you're standing, there are two valves. There's one valve that reads pulmonary valve shut down, and the other that reads tricuspid valve shut down.
Is there anyone in this room right now?
There's just one duder poking around, just like assessing the water level and make sure like that's within reason.
So I'm gonna start mopping and I go, Avast, or what be ye position? Trying to make like small.
Well, I'm just here to make sure that like the water level isn't too high, cause like that could cause some problems. So we'll have to drain it, and then that'll cause us to have to shut down the generator. I'm sure you know that.
Nah.
Wait, are you the
yeah.
new you must be the new janitor.
Yeah. This is my first day on the job.
Yeah.
Ye.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Bob.
And I am Arthos.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
I like. So what happened? Where'd my English go? So what happens if the water goes too high?
Well, what'll happen is we'll have to, if the water starts flooding into the like generator room proper, we're gonna just have to cut the power for a bit to make sure that no one gets electrocuted, and then drain it, and then we just drain this like room. It's not the worst thing to go wrong, but like, yeah, it's a pain in the butt, and then I get chewed out for it because that's my one job.
That's that's your whole job. You don't.
Yeah.
Do you do anything for like fun when you're bored? Or?
I like to whistle. I don't know. I didn't realize I'd be getting grilled by a janitor.
Oh no, it's just that you have less to do than I. But
I know.
I just wasn't expecting.
Sometimes I'll check the water level on the outtake pump, but that's about it. It's kind of the same thing. Basically, Bob says that he sometimes also goes to check the water level in the outtake pump room.
Alright, and if I look at this pump, do I see like you can see the water being sucked up to go into the generator?
Yes, because basically what you see as you look down. So from where you can see that on the back wall, there's a little like almost like a door that'll open up, and then water will get pumped in, and then that'll close. And then towards the front of the room, like closer to where the generator would be, there's another door that has like 3 little triangular subsections that also like open up for a brief interval and then close.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's my idea that I want to try. Essentially, A, go to the outtake room, replace the water in my bucket with the dirty water. B, bring that to the intake room, wait for Bob to go check on the outtake, put the dirty water in the intake, and then also try to get some, like, drop some gold into the pipes so that it gets sucked into the generator, because it's only supposed to take water. There might be problems if there's some small objects that get stuck in it, and maybe break the generator that way.
So I spent a long while trying to figure out ways that you could possibly fuck up the generator. That wasn't one of them.
Do you think?
I mean,
Underestimated
Do you
poorly.
think that?
I mean, that's
what
fine.
I wanted to
Like-
do is do it in a way that I wouldn't get blamed for it.
all right. So
So is there even a floor to mop in here?
you could clean the railings.
I will start cleaning the railings and wait for Bob to leave, assuming that doesn't take too long, while he checks and then drops some gold coins in to try to see if that does anything.
All right, so you start cleaning. After a short while, Takta enters the room because he didn't follow you in initially. He was just baffled by the possibility of doing work. Takta follows your initiative and starts cleaning the railings, and Bob eventually leaves. So now it's just you and Takta in the intake room.
So
How many?
What else? What do ye have on?
I only have my weapons.
Fine. I'm gonna drop 10 gold pieces and a wedding ring.
Oh my God. That's how you're resolving the narrative thread I gave you. Alright.
Look, they'll blame the barkeep for it.
Uh-huh.
That was not my. I was planning ways for you to possibly
What?
I was thinking of interesting ways to have the wedding ring come up.
Well,
This is
I
not
had it in,
one of
do you
them.
want me to save it? Do you want me to save it?
You do what you want, bud. I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh, could I pour a potion of greater healing in there too?
I
10
don't
gold
even
and a
know.
potion of greater healing.
Are you gonna actually pour the potion of
Yes.
healing? What are you gonna do with the bottle for the potion?
Keep it and claim I drank it separately.
Okay.
No, actually, could I just drop that in there too?
All right. So you drop the bottle. You drop the potion.
And during
Drop
like
your
the,
10
to
coins.
be clear, during the time I was cleaning, I watched the intervals of it opening and closing so that it would just go in immediately. So that
That was gonna happen anyways. Like I was like, oh, you have to find out the timing. No, you can see it. It's not that difficult to figure out. So yeah, you position yourself in the right way to just immediately drop your goods into the generator. The pulmonary valve opens up, sucks in the debris. You hear you kind of hear a little like clang. You hear the gold coins clanging against the inside of the
that
pipe.
happens, I'm gonna walk out with Takta and start mopping outside the generator room, like doing the main room now.
All right, so I'd say probably like maybe 2-3 minutes after you've done the deed, you notice that a little bit of like smoke begins to like come out of the generator. The few staffers who are like monitoring the generator, you can't hear what they're saying, but they're all kind of like, wait, is everyone on the generator? Oh god, no, fuck, not again. Oh shit, ah, fuck. As Arthos is innocuously whistling and Takta, following Arthos' initiative,
Also whistles?
tries to whistle, which is just chittering bug noises. One of the individuals is kind of like, alright, so who dumped shit in the fucking generator? We're gonna have to fucking turn the thing off and fucking clean shit out. It's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. So whoever did it, just fucking confess now, and you won't be punished as harshly.
Now I have a question for you. Is the cleaning of the generator also a janitorial duty?
No. Oh, are you the new guy? No. No. We don't.
Just
no.
clarify.
And when we get debris out of there, we have some of the technicians going, just because, no offense to you, but like, we don't want people breaking our precious cargo, and we don't want you like, fucking up our shit, because Karaba will have our heads.
Fine. Yeah, I understand.
Alright, so with a clap of their hands, the individual who sounds vaguely like a New Yorker just kind of claps his hands. The staffers disperse.
I'm gonna make my way into the outtake room.
Alright, so what you watch happen is you make your way in an outtake. You see Bob just kind of like watching water levels. Two other staffers come in. One individual goes to the end of the catwalk where there's like the lever, pulls the lever. The collapsible section of the catwalk makes its way over to the two shutdown valves. In this room, you notice that the two valves are called the mitral valve and the aortic valve. It's a similar sort of setup where there's just like shutdown for both valves. One of the collapsible catwalk goes in, fully reaches the wall. Staffer goes up, and basically you just watch the guy turn off the fucking valves, and then after a guy in this room turns off his valves, then you hear a faint shouting from across the way saying, intake pump's all set! And then the power goes out. On this note, we're gonna come back up to the party, who just finished their delightful bath time. As the party is getting like their equipment back on, you're all still in like the changing room, but like kind of like mid putting your clothes on, and the power goes out.
Well, what do you suppose that was?
Do I have dark vision?
Eligos, you have dark vision. No one else does.
Hey.
Oh dear.
Just as a reminder, with dark vision, you only see in grayscale.
Yeah.
What happened? Why is it dark?
That fucking idiot.
How would you? There's no way you would know there's a generator down there. And this seems metagaming.
no fucking way.
I know.
So,
I look at Eligos and say, that fucking metagamer.
I look at both of them and then I can't see nothing. So I decide to put on the rest of my clothes and then try to, I don't know, feel my way out of this.
Maybe Wroth feels like since it's dark, he can just stay naked.
It's entirely possible. But
Would Wroth want to stay naked?
no, Wroth would like to put on his clothes.
I'm changing my
Okay.
form to match Jander. So that when the lights turn on, people won't know which is the
Oh
real Jander.
no.
You already share the same name, so.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so
Eligos is going to make his way over to the bar again.
Alright, so as you make your way out of the onsen, you realize that the room is mostly dark save for like a couple like stray candles. It's dim enough to where it's bright enough to where people with dark vision can like see just fine. You make your way to the bar. Balthazar is still there, and she looks fucking annoyed. What do you do?
Is this a common problem?
No, it's just the pain because see, here's the thing. Now that the power's out, you know those elevators, or the elevator that you took to get up here? Yeah, those are all shut down, and I'm not sure why the power went down, but it's probably gonna be a while. So if
And
you
I
want to get up,
there's no back way up that I could take, a staircase or anything.
I mean, there are the quote unquote secret tunnels.
And as she says secret tunnels, Wroth is going to come out with like a shirt on backwards as he casts light onto his hand, and he's like, "Did I hear something about secret tunnels?"
Yes, there are although power outages are infrequent, there are like quote unquote in secret passages that normally like maintenance or janitorial would use to just navigate this place to get from room to room. Also, why are there two of you as Balthazar points to Jander and Owl as Jander?
Oh, they.
What are you talking about?
Oh, they're siblings.
I make my voice sound exactly. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. They're actually the same family. By the way, before I go smoke that hookah, do you got a do you have some sort of a map or schematic of this this secret passageways on hand, perhaps?
No,
wouldn't be secret if she got
No.
a map of them.
I do not have a
That's
map.
unfortunate. All right.
Where
That-
might the nearest entrance?
They're secret.
Secret in air quotes. I like one that every time that Balthazar refers to the tunnels as secret, she does air quotes, like every time. So, I think there's one outside of here. You probably have to find it, but
All right.
you seem smart enough. There's four of you. You can put your heads together and crack.
It's
this
very high
thing.
praise for us. All right, smoky time. All right, as I rub my hands together and the light gets on both hands, I'll walk over to the cacti juice whose name I've forgotten.
I try to.
The hookah loaded up with Lophophora cactus juice.
I see like Wroth.
Can we just call it the hookah chocolate?
No.
No.
All right.
I see Wroth like 25 feet in front of me with the light walking to the hookah and try to like follow that direction. And as he just like, you just hear footsteps and then suddenly like a splash in the pool as I accidentally walk into the pool and then I swim and get what you're doing. There's a little bit of physical comedy.
I get you.
Yeah, there was kind of a small fountain in the middle of this like big lounge area, and you just walked right into it.
I'm sure it would have been very funny if anyone could see
Yeah.
it.
I know.
Only Eligos sees it.
I wasn't paying
Got him.
attention.
Balthazar openly laughs at you, Owl.
She's on the list.
All right. So I get over to the hookah and I assume Owl is with me. Did anyone else come over or is it just us two?
Just us, I guess.
I think it's
Alright, let's.
I assume, Harris, there's multiple lines into the hookah pipe, correct? All right, I'll take one line and I'll pass another one
Yeah,
to
they
Owl.
fought over who would go. I will
Alright.
also do it.
So the order of inhalation is Wroth and then Owl, correct?
Yep. Or well, I don't know. Who sucks faster?
Rock, paper, scissors. I was gonna say rock, paper, scissors to see who goes
All right,
first.
fine. Let's do that. You want to roll a die 3 and then do rock, paper, and scissors for 1, 2, 3?
1 second. Yeah.
All right.
1 second. How do I?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, so you do rock, paper, scissors. Wroth throws out whatever he wants to throw out. Owl just grabs the fucking hookah. Wroth, you clearly saw
Yeah,
this go
I'll let
down.
it happen. So he grabs both. Are you just like about to inhale in both of these?
Just one.
All right. So you go first then. I guess I'll just grab another one after you're done. But I kind of want to see what happens to you first now.
All right, so Owl, as you inhale the quenchy cactus juice, so you find yourself begin to just kind of like mellow out, almost relax. You just find yourself immensely relaxed. As visions start to like form themselves, you see yourself in kind of like a small town. You see a friendly elderly street sweep. You see that you notice that you're not in necessarily like contact with the evil powers that you are with now.
Evil.
I'm sorry, oceanic and vaguely Lovecraftian, presumed to be evil, because McCracken Warlock. Either way, what you see is that you see a town square being attacked by a horde of goblins. There are a couple other individuals who are like trying to fight the goblins. Most of them you can't see your faces. You see yourself in the guise of a goblin sitting atop a dwarf, telling the other goblins that riding this dwarf is a fucking spectacular idea. The goblins go with it. And you start a small civil war amongst this goblin horde over who wants the best uppies on the dwarf. When the goblins are dealt with, you regain consciousness and you find yourself back in the hookah bar.
You had the highest uppies of your life. I'll grab.
I think I know how the Onyx Brew company is recruiting their goblin laborers.
Well, if that's the vision it shows you, I've always wanted to know more about the Onyx Brews. And I'll take a hit.
Alright, so Wroth, you take your hit. You see yourself sitting on the side of a dock looking out at the sea. Sea foam cusps the tips of the waves, and yet the moves of the waves have seemingly stopped moving. You're just kind of there on the pier, just swinging your legs back and forth. You think it's a grand old idea to pick up a little pebble and just kind of throw it. It doesn't fall into the water. It just kind of like sinks into the surface, but the surface tension is not broken. From there, ripples just emanate out from the impact side of this little pebble. And then, like, as the ripples kind of, like, do their thing, you notice that, like, as the ripples reverberate out, they kind of form into a complete circle. You then peer down into the ocean as if staring down a hole that you've just made. And from that, you see a faceless man change to the top of a magical circle. Said man just kind of writhes and utters muffled screams, and bubbles rise to the surface of the water as the figure's once faceless guise, where their mouth would be, just kind of rips open and then just lets out an unholy, ear-piercing scream. You are stirred awake, or you are like, with that unholy scream, you are just brought
I
back
kind
into
of just
reality.
like fall backwards in my like from where I was standing. If I was like sitting on some sort of chair, and I just go bad hit.
So once you got out of it, you fell over.
Yeah.
In summary, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes
Oh
gravity.
my fucking god, dude! I hate you, but also yes, I snap back, gravity gone.
Harris, is Eligos able to see like where this cactus juice is being stored?
In the hookah room, there is like a locked cabinet, and on like the tippity top shelf, there's a like doubly locked, because like in the cabinet, like each of the doors of the each of the cabinet doors is locked. The top section of the cabinet has like 3 different fucking locks. You can assume that the triply locked one, the triply locked cabinet is where the Lophophora juice is, because you know that Lophophora juice is both rare and expensive.
This is when I remember that I have 0 gold pieces.
What were you gonna
You
try
gonna
and
buy
do?
it?
I was gonna buy some juice.
I mean, there's a free hit over here.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I wasn't gonna hit it.
All right.
Okay.
Then what were we gonna do with the cactus juice?
It's a highly hallucinogenic compound, and we have a guy that we need to fight and kill.
All right.
Oh no, we'll make him hallucinate for 4 seconds.
Got him.
I mean, remember, a round of combat in D&D is 6 seconds.
Yes.
So in theory, you could just disable this man for a round.
There's also a
And he's
giant.
just tripping balls.
Yeah,
Also-
how dare I try to come up with a creative solution?
Yeah, fuck
to
you.
combat.
Yeah.
I mean, Pablo, if you want to try and like steal it, I won't stop you.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I can.
Damn.
I could just like probably cause some explosions, take it by force, but I feel like that wouldn't jive.
I mean, you are an adult. I will not stop you. You do you, my dude.
While I see Eligos like contemplating on the opposite side of the room, I just yell, "Hey Jander, this stuff is This stuff is pretty crazy. You want to take a hit?
I'll pass.
Oh, all right.
It's really crazy. You'll see who you were meant to be. That's what it says on the bottle.
Yeah, it was a weird quote, but I think I understand it now. It made me scared.
Onyx Brew Brag Cactus Juice. You'll see who you are meant to be.
Oh.
So I guess the Onyx family also dabbles in the manufacture of fucking cactus juice. I'm fine with this.
Seems good to me. Well, if you're not gonna hit it, and looks like we're done here. You want to go find that secret entrance
Might as
outside?
well.
I've had my fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Balthazar, thank you for the
Yeah.
hospitality.
You're welcome.
All right. I'll kind of make my way to the front door. If
I will attempt to find my way.
and Eligos, I don't know if you still want to steal that thing, but
Like legit, how would I do it? Is the
I don't know. Ask nicely.
The lights are out.
Lights are out, but she's a snake person. She probably has dark vision. Harris, would I know if she has dark vision?
She did see me fall into the fountain and laugh.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, you probably you don't know for sure.
Do I see Eligos eyeing like the juice, like intently, as if like attempting to steal it? Can I at least garner that impression from him? Okay.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
All right. So I just asked, hey Balthazar, that was quite a hit there. You got any to go?
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna just give some to you to go.
All right. Can I take some for a price?
I mean, sure, it's gonna be pricey, but how does she starts like tapping her claws in the bar? How does 3,500 gold sound?
That does sound fairly steep. How about 200 gold and insurance that you'll get your mountain back?
I mean, this isn't my mountain. I just have my little onsen.
It could be.
I have no desire for such
Well,
things.
I ain't got no money, and it seems
I'm-
like I'm getting nowheres.
I'm a simple drake who just wants to run an onsen, who just happens to have cohabitated on multiple occasions with
And
dragons.
I'm about to cohabitate out of here. Goodbye, and thank you.
Vin, I thought you were gonna say I'm about to cohabitate with you. I was
Nope,
like, what
I
the
ain't gonna
fuck?
say that. And that's why I walk out.
I was gonna be fucking disturbed. All right, so the
Yeah,
po-
I'm,
the
I'm
po-
gonna follow. Despite what my alignment says, I don't think Eligos is ready to go full protection racket on this person.
All right, so you make your way out of the bathhouse. You see that like there's this little landing that you're at where like the elevator dropped you off. It's not that big, so you can surmise that finding the elevator or the entrance to the secret tunnel won't be too hard.
All right. Can I roll a perception check or an investigation check to see if I can look for it? All right.
Go nuts.
Investigation roll. I rolled a 16.
Alright, so with your investigation check, you see that one of the little, like, light fixtures is slightly, off-center. And that looks all kinds of suspicious.
All right. I go over and then try to jiggle it like a Scooby-Doo trap door.
Like a Scooby-Doo trapdoor, you jostle the lighting fixture in place, and the stone wall rolls up. While the party's out on this landing, I figured I'd describe how there are a bunch of, like, elevators just stop, like, frozen in place in various places all around the central shaft of this volcano. You hear some like you just hear faint panic screams of like, "Oh God, we're gonna be stuck in here forever! Oh no!" Things of that sort.
And
As you open the secret tunnel, it's there. There is no light in here. It's fucking dark as shit.
well, it's a good thing. My hand lights up. Well, everybody, you ready to go? Looks like I found that secret passageways.
I have produced flame as a cantrip, so I'll just make a little light.
Oh, what do you know? So do I. And then I kind of also take I take a sword out of my bag and I say, "Good luck," and then it lights up on fire. Pretty nifty, huh?
Eligos continues down.
All right, fine, be that way.
Alright, so on the note of the party entering the secret tunnel, we're gonna cut back to Arthos, who I assume you're still in the outtake room as the generator room has been shut down. What do you do?
So the generator room's been shut down. Do I know how long that's probably gonna take to repair? Or would I not be able to figure that out? Although you said Bob's in here.
What's your Yeah, Bob's
Aye,
with you.
Bob, it seems the generator had an issue. How long do you think we'll be without power?
It'll probably be like a few hours. Because now what's gonna have to happen is that we're gonna have to like open up the generator. Someone's gonna have to go in and like make sure all the gunk and debris and bullshit's out of here. So it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. I'm glad that I won't have to go in there. At least I'm not gonna get chewed out.
So is there like any way out other than the like? If I look down at the outtake, do I know where that water's going?
You know that the outtake pump leads to an underground reservoir that kind of acts as like the main source of water for this whole operation.
Aye, Bob. The reservoir. Is that also hooked up to this facility?
I mean, in the sense that that's where we get our water, yes. What do you mean? Are you trying to like go up or?
No, I was just wondering. How did they get the how did they like? Is there a connection from this facility to the reservoir? How did they build that?
Oh.
Like,
I mean, yeah. I think there's like a tunnel somewhere. I don't know. I know that it exists. In the past, one of the janitors was sent down there to deal with some Kuatoa that decided to take up shop down there. That was a pain. By the way, Kuatoa are fish people. I don't know if you know that. Didn't know if you knew that.
so back in the main I guess I'll finish up cleaning this room and head back out to the main room and see if there's any other rooms that I can maintain or pathways to go down, like things that connect to things.
So, you finish up with the outtake room. You go to the central room. It's like through a very, very cursory glance, this shit seems relatively clean. So, there's that. As far as other passageways, not really. There's just the one door you used to get in here.
I'm gonna. Do I see the guy who talked to me when I was mopping near the intake room who told me that the generator was busted?
Yes.
So I walk up to him and go, I think I've cleaned up for a bit, and it looks like you're all distracted. Where should I be heading next?
Hey, so, bada bing, to be frank, I ain't got no fucking idea. Maybe go clean up, like, the jail cell, maybe, like, clean up the forge or something, I don't know.
I will make my way out of this generator room.
Alright, so where are you gonna go now?
So if we start heading, so we have one way to go. We go back to the Bane-sounding guy. We desuit there. We desuit there, and then we head back down. And then what was the other directions that I had?
Yeah, you go back to Bakar. You desuit. You and Takta gave your equipment back. Outside of the generator room door, there's another sign they conveniently didn't see last time because I'm a fucking quality DM. From where you're looking, if you basically continued down the way you went to go to the generator room from the prison area, there's basically like a stairwell to go upstairs. And then if you go to now your left, you can either go to the prison cell, the cell block, the forge.
Oh wait, actually, as we desuit with the Bane-sounding guy, I'd like to ask him, so, as you can tell, the power kind of failed. So, do you have, like,
I mean,
to navigate
I
this
do.
place?
I actually do have a map that. What, like, I can try and find more things to clean? Does that mean that?
I don't know my way around.
Actually, that's understandable. And then Bakar produces unto you a map.
Okay. And then I head towards the staircase.
So basically, you're gonna head upstairs as Arthos and Takta make their way to the like upstairs stairwell. We're just gonna end it here, I guess.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Good Job Adventures. If you like what you just heard, be sure to let us know by subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review for us. For questions about the cast, business inquiries, or if you think green is not a creative color, contact us at goodjobadventures@gmail.com. For everything else, follow us on Twitter at GJAdventures. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.